Absolutely decimate him. Well, that's enough fill for now. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the podcast. We are about to hop into our final game of the day for the regular play before our bonus game. 8th game. It comes down to this. Who's taking first? Who's getting $10,000? We're about to find out. Lucky Space, take it away for game number 8.
This is it. This is all the marbles, baby. You wanted to figure out how things were going to go down. That's why you play the final game. The last one here. Who's going to take first place? Will it be a 5-peat for Biffle and Company? Lucky, a lot of questions to be asked and answered, but I got to tell you, man, the way that today's been going, the chaos, anything's possible. I want to see some absolute chaos.
Now, you said anything's possible. I'm going to ask you, I think the question everybody's wondering, do you think Lula has another heli strat play?
Oh, 100%. Listen, that's the strat. Listen, if she takes out some of the top teams with that strat, give her the award. Give her first place for the day. But I think we could see the unpredictable here in Game 8. For the past couple of weeks, man, we have seen consistency from the top teams, but also a bit of panic from those fighting from top 8 side, trying to get into top 6 for the money, really vying for that top 4 finish. They have been playing very panicky up the stretch, rotating early, waiting for gunfights in the late game. I don't know if we'll get that same early aggression here. I think people are going to be a little bit more poised knowing that this is the final game.
Yeah, you know, I think a lot of it has to do, like you mentioned, like the mental. You start to overthink it, or you trying to switch up your playstyle completely, and now you're playing a game that's foreign to you. I mean, Joe, okay. I love it. A bit of waste away from his teammates, but maybe it's a strat to get a couple kills while Brett kind of just does his thing over here. It could be a strat. It could be a strat. Get a couple kills. I don't know. Joe might see him do the same thing. He's gonna run a Shero, I believe.
Yeah, it's a strat for sure. Like, we've seen them do this a couple of times in prior weeks, most notably last week. Specifically when, and even a trio like Smixy, when they would hot drop here, this is where Joewo and Breadman would get the majority of their opening kills in the early rounds. But already Joewo does drop. Of course, he's back to full strength. For the moment, though, Vortex has a bounty on his head, and over to the person we were just talking about, Smixy and Company. They could really rile up some of these leaderboards, how they were sitting in top 2 to begin today, dropping down towards 10th place. Now a chance for them to work back up into things, but they will have to try again off respawn.
Oh my god. 2 helis in the air. This is criminal. Blanked has the heli strat in air, looking to see who the other person is, but you know the
You wanted to see it, man. Here we go.
Lula, do what you have to do. Get the chops, make them mad. Let's see. No, the chops are going to come this early, right? It's going to be a little bit towards end game. But the good thing she's going to do is she's actually going to play anchor. This is kind of what we were doing at Swagg's LAN event, where I was kind of playing the heli strat, going for chops while, you know, I had my teammate Money B. He was looting up, getting situated. If he dies, boom. Yeah, don't worry. I'm floating around. Get you back up and you're all situated. So although it's, you know, could be used for shots, it could also be used as an anchor role for the squad.
I mean, the positives are like information aplenty, opportunities to regroup and rotate quickly with your team, sure. But the negatives are that you're out of the play for a large portion. Excuse me, I'm having a stroke. A large portion of these early games, you're out of the play. So even though you're getting information, if both your teammates go down, yeah, you can kill time up in the heli. You're losing a lot of opportunities to put multiple wipes, multiple team kills on the board. So that is just something to keep in mind, as eliminations do matter. For a lot of our top teams who have been skating by with 15 to 20 and using the multipliers to help, that is something to keep in mind. But back over to Joewo in a heli as well.
In the heli strat right here, Joe with F-Tac Siege in hand. That's, you know, hopefully trying to take this water fight with that F-Tac Siege will go ahead and shine as tracking to track down this opponent. F-Tac Siege good for the water, but I'm not too sure if it's going to be the weapon of choice to really take these long quarter gunfights. You know, SMG, that should be the SMG, right? That should be the MP5, that should be the ISO. If the F-Tac Siege shines there, probably not, and he realized that, he's going to back it up. And now I'm getting a little curious about this cast off as well. The cast off and the M13.
I was just thinking about that, right? Like, it's like, all right, we're staying a little bit dicey here. Again, if the meta's changed and it's changed, great. The players are going to be able to react in real time, but so far, that's been consistency for this trio. They have kept with the same loadouts for the majority of today. Nice cleanup onto Iceman Isaac. Joewo does drop, but Limax will be there to help out. Still got a bit of time until Resurgence closes, so keep that in mind as well. You're going to get your teammates back. That is flying backwards. Okay.
See what Brett can do here. Another one with the F-Tac Siege. Both of them down. Joe's the last one remaining. It looks like he's in the air, though, so he'll be able to float around on the opposite side of the map and hopefully stay up.
Here's a quick update, by the way. Apparently, Biffle and Company are completely out. They have gotten wiped early. So, first place is open.
I've been trying to get loaded. You guys showing?
First place is open, and it looks like it was Hisoka's team that might have just full sent them as well. Don't know if they were in the top 10.
Above us, I think there's another one above us.
But
we need to get top.
Could be a strat. I mean, I'm not too sure what the plan was there.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't think anybody wants one team winning 5 matches in a row or 5 tournaments in a row. So of course, you know, no one wants to see the same team get dominated by the same team for 5 weeks in a row. So hopefully, you know, maybe FIFA does something. You know, he was about what space, about 11, 12 points behind. So it's not impossible. It's actually not. It's relatively close.
I mean, a decent game here, Lucky, and then the multiplier that kicks in, and just hoping that again everybody else kind of falls by the wayside, just as variance on the outside of this very strange bell curve that has existed for Biffle's team since week 3. This has been a shift in just the entire precedent of how this tournament might play out, because apparently someone from Skullface's squad took them out. So you're looking at opportunities just to make up the points alone, but if you get a good multiplier through the placements, yeah, you can take first place. That changes how second place looks, how third place looks, everything. This is all different now. But it also just, I guess it comes down to whether or not Gorgonite, Hisoka, and everybody else fighting for top 3, whether or not they execute here in Game 8. Because if they don't, I mean, you still have first place locked up for Biffle. This is the most pressure these players have probably felt in this entire tournament to get first place.
And now the opportunity is there. Now that Diazbiffle's down for the count, but we'll see. Hopping on board with Chris here. Gonna be still landing Zoo. Gonna have the cash on deck as well. Seems like they're holding players out on the left-hand side. We'll see as the last couple, you know, zones come into play. That's when we'll really start to see, all right, who's in contest? You know, are we gonna see Ahsoka still end game? Are we gonna see him there? Are we gonna see FIFA still alive? Are we gonna see a jailbreak? Diaz's team get brought back from the dead and, you know, come back and try to win it from there. We don't know. And it's really, I mean, this end game of the last match of the tournament of week 5 is as intense as it needs to be.
Lucky, if we see a jailbreak, I'll scream. I'll scream. I'll get very loud. This is going to be dangerous. You got 2 elims for the moment for Swagg.
I can back up and get it.
Sticking with the old class. Can't hate it at all. And now you can hear, again, just some uneasy comms, but they seem to be on the same page. You got Lodo to your back. Evan far pushed up. Got a car for cover. One to the back. You can hear him saying, look, they've rotated left. We got to start making a play on some of these players just circling and scouting, or at least working from behind.
Yeah, what I'm starting to notice with Chris's squad is, you know, they're all phenomenal when it comes down to gun skill positioning. I mean, that's why they're going to London September 16th. But one thing I'm starting to notice is the pacing on not what you play at, but what you take the fights seem to be on par with what they do on Al Mazrah.
Yeah.
And that's not really how you can play Vondel, right? You're taking shots, you're training. You know, this is good for endgame. But you know, you should play these fights a lot quicker. And if it's not going to be this quick, then maybe disengage and reposition yourself, find another fight. But when you're kind of like taking a little too long on these gunfights, that's maybe where you're lacking in the kill department.
And this is exactly the kind of cadence that was really hurting Smixy's trio early on in this tournament. They were dropping in okay spots, not necessarily the biggest POIs, but interesting enough to get them involved in the early game, but they weren't cleaning up kills or wipes quickly enough. And it was delaying the rotations, it was making the rotations a little bit more sloppy, and in the end, it just was not worth the investment. The risk was not worth the reward. They maybe need to reconsider that drop there on that trio, and back over to one of the mans of the hour, FIFA kill, in a really good spot to make this run to the #1 place. Finishing that word, as FIFA kill was electric all of today. Started off really hot back in a couple of games prior, was at like 10 elims by the time we had their second zone locked away. So it's an interesting spot to be in for this trio. If they can get a high kill game, looking at maybe 20 as a benchmark and a high placement, they can absolutely take first place.
I'm not too sure if Diaz had any points leading before getting fully eliminated, whether it was a couple kills or anything like that. But if not, FIFA's going to need 11 to kind of tie, 12 to break that. Not too sure how they're doing the kill department, but that advanced UAV is going to come into play. Now they're going to be able to see at least a majority of the players on the map. One player on top. It might be Joe's squad. It's going to be Tarsha. He's going to go ahead and get the full kill on that. 2 players sitting across from him on the buy station, working the fire sale as well. Kind of just slowing it down, going for some stragglers, getting caught in rotation. Majority of the map, though, is already in center zone.
I'm wondering where Inno and Zepti are going to be if Natarsha does fall. Again, for a team that loves to stack. They might still be on the rooftops. Not sure if they got cleaned up. I think they might have, as we see Natarsha leave, so that might be the situation. But here goes FIFA Kill yet again on the hunt. We've seen this a couple of times where whether or not they had the high ground didn't matter. If they found players in the water, they were going to clean it up. Sean J falls. And there's the team wipe. Okay, so that's 2 back-to-back. 6 elims to his name. Again, this does not include the other eliminations that Wiz and OEK will have in their back pocket as well. So this team on a roll right now in this Game 8. I mean, they are certainly fighting for first place and not rolling over when it counts most.
Like you mentioned, you got to finish strong. Destroying them. Kind of in a pretty good position, hopefully, to get any of these holds coming out behind them. He has 7 eliminations. Great amount of kills to have. zlaner calling out some loadouts, and that's kind of, you know, a good call to say is like, you know, loadouts are going to spawn in between us right here on the right-hand side. Let's see if we have anybody working a regain, get any of these stragglers. We have a good amount of kills already, so at this point, it's about making an end game. As long as, you know, Roll and zlaner have a couple kills, they're already above, hopefully, double digits.
You can hear him calling out. They're on the loadie. You also have a buy station available as well if things get too dicey. A little bit mixy for the moment. zlaner at least has an idea where one is. Destroy cannot land the shots. 7 kills. 34 players still alive, including this trio. 1 comes back. But keep in mind, 7 seconds to go until you are locked out of respawning. So whatever you got is what you got here. And these is where things really start to crumble.
There it is. Resurgence is disabled, and there's Destroy calling out the regain players. Quickly dashing into the water. Not going to overcommit to that fight just yet. Still 13 teams remaining. One of our lower player counts towards today's tournament.
Not bad, I'll get a UF. I'm dropping down here. I heard a chest though. I'm gonna get this one and then hit
They're going to invest. And what are they going to invest in?
Ash, hopefully we get a hop aboard here with FIFA and then see if they're still in contest to take first place.
We gotta go quick. We gotta go quick.
How they're doing.
I can hear Destroy saying they got to go quick. Like, if they're going to make a decision with zone behind you, you got to do it now. Again, if you're going to execute anything, do it as a team, do it quickly, get in, get out. Oh, God. That is the worst case scenario. That is absolutely awful. Was that noobs underneath?
That was.
They know we're under here, by the way. They think we dropped.
Oh, no.
Noobs is weak as fuck, bro.
He's running up the stairs, yeah.
Oh, God. They got to rotate through this zone and through gunfight. That is not great.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Showstopper.
Above me.
Leading the charge. Louis CM behind.
It's an AUK at a Showstopper. I'm not even kidding. The weapons of today get me wanting to play and get on and try them all out.
Go back. Yeah, on bottom in the staircase.
Has been the most diverse weapon pool we've had in all the weeks. So that's a good thing.
Everyone's starting to slow it down, and we're not seeing as much chaos as what we were seeing in the last couple of matches today, just because although it is the last match of the day, people are playing a little bit more reserve, and on top of that, there's only 11 teams remaining in 5th zone. All right, we were seeing this going in on closing 6th. At the moment, we're not going to see that just because, you know, a lot of teams did drop earlier on, trying to get those quick kills. He's going to land on like Diaz, Shifty, and Sage. A little bit of a different game we're going to see.
Yeah, Juki's team got wiped as well, so he's out. And we'll see which team is able to open up proceedings as we move to the final zone. At least a couple of squads should be around in the vicinity. No eliminations for the moment here. Working on the first. Careful. Dangerous shots. Louis goes down. Showstopper will be able to clean it up and find the wipe. That is a huge win. A massive win.
Great stick coming out of him. 8 players or 8 teams remaining still. I believe that was Destroy's squad. One player trying to go for the left-hand side of row on the outside. He's got 14 bullets to work with the MP5. Quick reload in. Maybe even going to push that out. No, going to go ahead and stay down. They're in zone at the edge here. They can even go for a late buyback. Yeah, it looks like that's going to be the comms out of them.
Do you let this team rotate? Yeah, you put shots out. They know you're here, but you try to get behind them, let them rotate, get your teammate back involved. Yeah, that's exactly what you do. Nicely done. There we go.
Definitely let him buy back, maybe buy UAV or anything like that, and then just kind of play this zone a little cautious. You know, next zone is where you want to kind of speed it up.
Yeah, what is that game plan like when you're moving into this last zone here, Lucky? Are you trying to just take every gunfight you see, or position yourself and worry about the gunfights later?
You always want to wait for the 6th zone to shout, because although it's a slower one, it's also one you want to set up early for, and if they went for a little bit of an overextension of this zone pool, they would have found themselves kind of rotating back to where they once were. There's a flare just outside. Oh, he's gonna get the res on the medic vest, and just like that, zone's gonna pull in, so they're back into play. They can go for the high ground if need be, or play low ground.
I don't have SMG ammo.
They don't have ammo. That's tough, though. And FIFA's in the air. The zone pushes out. It pulls back in. Good for them, but you got a couple of players on the roof, and FIFA's just scouting. He is a organic UAV for the moment. It's going to be tough to drop back in and take these fights, but he goes right to the ground, trying to get anything. Can he do it in time? Yes, gets the redeploy. Huge job there from FIFA Kill to survive, escape with his life, and get his teammates back.
Wait, we're top 5. We're top 5. Where are you, Ethan?
Top 5 comms coming in from the squad. FIFA now trying to find any weapon other than a pistol to work with. Gonna have the Lockman sub down low, enhanced UAV vest as well. There's no plates, though. It's going to make this a little bit more sketchy than need be. One player knocked. That's going to be Joewo trying to make his way outside the water. FIFA going to get the cleanup on that one, and a flare to work with. Going to go ahead and get his teammate back up. A tempered vest if he's able to pick it up. No, just going to miss it, but he's in zone. Hopefully work his way towards his teammate and close out this match.
They might take first place if they win this, and that's why they're calling out we're top 5. Like, understand the situation we're in. Understand our placement. We're here now to make most of it.
On this roof, 2 of them.
Oh, FIFA, huge win. Massive win against Solidify. He's still up.
There's 3 on the roof.
Somebody buy me?
Yeah, I might be able to.
Wait. Oh, wait, no, you can. You can.
It's gonna be like the last zone, though. Dan, you're getting looked down at.
It's going to be put in from FIFA. He could even go for a late res. Yup, it's going to be the play, and he makes it out alive. Playbox being used. Have to pick those back up. No gas mask, so he can't play zone any longer. Final zone. 3v3. Is FIFA going to be able to clean it up?
There's one. I think that's Louis CM. It is. He turns on one. Not able to clean up the second. Again, so close. They have to worry about zone here. I think he got a gas mask just in time, but he is trying to make a rotation up these stairs that may not pay off. Oh, that's a risky play. Does it work? He gets one. FIFA, ridiculous win, but he can't close it out. It was risky. It doesn't pay off. Oh, that is hard to watch. So close. 20 elims might have gotten it done if they're able to take this Game 8 victory, but they are unsuccessful. They might have done it. Reflections, I don't know.
Successful. I mean, that's the question I have, because you have to look at Diazbiffle first place going out literally as the last or the first team, I should say, excuse me. Big changes. I ended up going back to Diazbiffle's stream and watching his perspective as they get into the fight. And it was Mayapo and Co, or Skullface and them who